Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco, sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
Even though she's my sister, she'd be my best friend.
We spend pretty much every day together. As soon as I wake up, the first thing I do, I text her and say, what are you doing today?
We share so much in common and go through the same sort of thing every day. We know what each other thinks and feels, really.
We can always tell when the other one's not feeling that great.
Because we've got each other to talk to about what's happening, and I don't think anyone that doesn't have CF doesn't really understand what you're feeling. And
Having someone else that has CF makes you feel a bit more normal, someone to relate it all to.
Hey, Skylar, how are you? Hey, Nikki.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you today?
I'm all right.
Every day we normally go to my sister's house and then decide what to do from there, do something fun with the kids every day and just hang out pretty much every day together.
How was your night?
Oh, it was so bad. I left Hayley's bag here with all my medicine in it. I was up all night, couldn't lie down, had no Ventolin.
Yeah, I saw the Ventolin when I woke up. I wondered how you got on.
I'm here to get it all. Hey guys, what do you want for breakfast? The cystic fibrosis affects the lungs. All the little airways get clogged up with mucus and it just infects them and destroys your lungs. What are we going to do? You just need to keep having lots of medication to stop the infection. And then later in life you can develop liver and heart conditions as well.
When I'm really bad, I get quite breathless and I need oxygen quite a lot at home. And overnight, I've got a lot of phlegm and really breathless and tired.
There's a lot of tablets before we eat meals. We've got to take 3 or 4 tablets before we eat anything. And then you've got your antibiotic tablets, vitamins, and we do physio twice a day. Blood tests before and after meals, testing the diabetes, insulin if needed. 3.2, like I get to have some sugar on my rice bubbles. Every single morning we struggle to breathe. Everything we do is hard work, and because you're struggling to breathe and working on that, you get tired really fast.
It takes me a good 3-4 hours in the morning just to get up and get ready. I feel real yuck in the morning and cough. Don't stop coughing.
Kristie's early years were pretty horrific, really. She had problems right from birth. Unfortunately, she wasn't diagnosed until she was 3, so her first 3 years were like repeated hospital visits, doctor's visits, nearly every week, actually. She would be on antibiotics, but nobody picked up the CF. So she had a lot of pain, had a lot of discomfort for years.
We didn't know anything about the cystic fibrosis. So we just were pleased that we knew what was actually really wrong with the thing. But then, as you said, the doctor sat us down and explained how disastrous it was that we mightn't have her at 16.
It was just devastating.
The outcome, they told Mum and Dad, you're really lucky to make her teens. But as time went on, obviously, treatments and stuff, and I'm still here today, so.
To have a CF child, both parents have to be carriers and both have that CF gene for the child to actually have CF. So you have 1 chance in 4 of your child having CF if both partners have got the gene. I was told after I had Kristie that I couldn't have any more children, so we just didn't worry about it after that. And then 8 years later, I got pregnant somehow. So we just hoped and prayed that she would be okay, but no, she was born with CF as well. Unfortunately, she was a little bit worse than Kristie was, so at least the only thing we could do was just to sit back and say, okay, let's enjoy what we've got.
So what have you done today?
Went up the mount, down the mount, up the mount, and then around the mount.
It's pretty good going for you.
I was going to go for a swim after, but then I was too tired.
Yeah.
I met Craig through school days, and then we kind of were just together. Left home at 18 and flattered with him. Up the mount.
Did you make the stuff for Dad?
Yes, last week.
Brendan's my husband. He's really good. When I am unwell, he takes over and does everything I can't do. So I can just look after myself.
Thanks.
2 patients.
I fell pregnant at 18 and dealt with that. We just didn't think it was possible to fall pregnant or have kids, so it's a bit of a shock.
Kristie and I met at school. Groups of friends hang out together, got to talking, and yeah, one thing led to another.
Having Skylar was a big surprise. Me and my husband didn't think we'd ever actually have children, so we were so happy when we found out we were going to have her. And it's definitely made me stronger and pushed a lot harder to stay alive and keep fit.
She's a really good mum. None of the hospital stuff really scares me or anything. Only one thing that scares me is just losing her, basically. And that's the only thing, and just for Skylar. The main thing is I think about her, just because they're so close. Just that's the one thing that really freaks me out.
It wasn't until I had children that I kind of outlook changed a bit. Knowing that that could be taken away sucks a whole lot more. The oldest, I just kind of told him that I've got CF, I might need new lungs, and then it'll make me healthy again and pretty much be around forever. So it could happen. So I just want to spend every day with them and do as much fun things I can and give them heaps of cool memories to remember, and hope that I can be around for as long as possible to see all their milestones.
Did I get the chickens?
How many eggs do you reckon you'll be? Really? I mean,
8. Life right now is, on good days, pretty good. Just being able to wake up and have Skylar every day, and Brendan and all family around me and friends. I think I'm pretty lucky to have all them. I want to buy a house and go on holiday and do all that kind of family stuff. So trying to just think positive they will be around long enough to do all that.
I don't even know how I'd deal with it if she did die or something before me or anything. We spend so much time together. I'd be completely lost. I just wouldn't know what to do. I'll eat them out. Good. But it's definitely hard to see her, how much worse she is than me. Well, I always feel sick and think, why did she get the shitter lungs and stuff?
Was it hard for you to walk up today?
It was all right. It made me cough a lot, so a little bit of physio for me for this morning.
It was all right for me today.
Having CF means I've got to do a lot for the chest, a lot of physiotherapy, a lot of tablets, antibiotics, nebulized antibiotics, a lot of vitamins, inhalers, and then I've got complications with my sinuses, so I have to do a lot of sinus rinse every day and in the shower and stuff. Had a lot of operations and procedures with that. I take a lot of steroids, so a prednisone is a steroid for the inflammation of the lungs, and then just the diabetes and the insulin. And then I've got quite a strong component of asthma with the CF, so I get all the wheezy side of that. So that's just more nebulizers of Ventolin.
For me, it's just a lot of the same stuff, all the chest therapy and nebulized antibiotics, oral antibiotics. I've always struggled to keep my weight on and gain weight, so I drink like supplement drinks to help keep weight on. When I'm unwell, I drink 2 or 3 of them a day because I don't really eat. Part of the food is your pancreas produces the enzymes to digest the fat, and our pancreas is all blocked with phlegm, so it doesn't make those enzymes, so we take them before we eat, so it'll break down the food. Otherwise, if we ate a sandwich, we'd only get about 1/4 of it.
Hi.
Hi, Zach.
Hey, Shizel.
Say hi to Zach.
Shizel. Hey, Nikki. Hi, Skylar.
Hi.
How are you today? Good? Ah. You reckon that looks good? Stop. That's really hard.
What is it? Skylar's nearly 5, so she sees me quite sick. Mummy's going to go to her appointment again next week with Daddy. Are you going to come this time? We don't hide anything from her. And do you remember why I go to my appointment? What am I going to get new ones of soon? I'm going to get new lungs. She goes, Mum, when you get new lungs, you'll be able to chase me and catch me, eh?
Do you know what I'm going to get done in Auckland this time? No, yes you do. New lungs? No, I'm going to get some medicine to get my lungs better. Not many people know about cystic fibrosis, so we wanted to get the awareness out there. Then we came up with the idea together of doing good deeds. So do nice things for the community and other people, and everything that we did would just leave a note saying it's from Cystic Fibrosis Sisters and explaining what CF was. Done. High five.
High five.
Yes.
We came up with the idea of doing 65 days leading up to CF week for cystic fibrosis. So 65 days of good deeds.
We've explained to the kids that we're doing random acts of kindness to other people because it's a nice thing to do, and they've kind of got on board and they know all about it and get all excited to help.
Where should we take them?
I reckon we take them to some organisation.
Women's Refuge.
Women's Refuge or Lifesaving.
Yeah, I like the Surf Lifesaving. Surf Lifesavers?
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, and more people need to do stuff like that. Not many people do it enough.
See you later, girls. We'll be back soon. Hey, Lee. We'll see you soon. Love you.
Bye.
Hello. Hey, girls. We've got cystic fibrosis and we're raising awareness for it. And we know you guys do an awesome job, so we thought we'd do a nice deed and bring you guys afternoon tea.
Wicked. That's awesome. How's that, guys? Lovely. Dish them out, girls.
Well, you tell people they have CF and they get the basic of it, what it is.
Good knowing that you've got awareness out to at least someone else that didn't know what CF was.
You cough a lot and people think that you're infectious and got diseases and stuff and want to stay away from you. And then they don't understand why you're tired and you look healthy, why don't you come and do this? But they don't actually get how you're feeling because you look well. Well, at least they must have been eatable because they all ate them. Your exercise pretty much got me to where I am today. Pretty much what I live for is physical activity, getting out there and keeping me as fit as I can. I find it hard now because I push myself and get really fit for a week, and then I get sick and then go into hospital for 2 weeks and I've lost everything that I worked for in that week, so then I've got to try and redo it the next week. And I have bad days where I'm like, this is no point even doing it because next week I'm going to be sick. But I know that it's going to help in the long run, so I just push myself to do it.
Should we start with your front hook? So inside, and your inside knee is going to hook around the pole, right round, squeeze it tight. Okay, you're going to fall forward, feet together, knees wide. Tuck your knees, draw them up, and I want you to have pointed toes when you do it.
I know a few other people CF who are a bit more relaxed and they might smoke or drink and think they'll be all right, but me and Kristie are quite, we want to be healthy and strong, so we try to do everything the best we can and look after our bodies just so we can stay healthy or as healthy as we can for our kids and family. Any form of exercise is really good, so anything that we're interested in, they encourage us to do.
She's lived with having no lungs for quite some time, so her problem is she's got used to not being able to breathe, and she thinks what she's experiencing now is normal, but it's not anywhere near normal. Like what she's coping with now, probably you and I could not live like that. We would think we were dying, can't breathe. But she's learnt how to control it and how to live with it. So although her lungs have had it, she's still coping with that.
I used to be able to run around with Skylar. I always say to her, be able to chase you, and I actually be able to catch you now. Just having energy to do daily stuff. Just little things, like if we go to the pools or to the beach, and I can't really go out there and do it with her because I get too puffed. So Brendan or other people generally do. I just have to sit and watch. So it'd be good to actually do things with her.
This over the physio done.
With a lung transplant, you don't know how long you'll wait for a donor because it can happen any time, and because I'm quite small, they think I could wait quite a while because I possibly could need a paediatric donor and they don't come up very often. Hope that the transplant will give me better quality of life and that I can be around for as long as I can. 3 to 5 years is the average, so that's just what they go on by, how many transplants they've done and how people go. I can't tell what you'll be like because everyone's completely different.
It's another trauma for us to get through. We're just positive that she's going to get through this and lives for another 10 years because it won't cure the disease. The new lung will get destroyed by the CF gene again, so yeah. So we just hope we can get another 10 years out of our little girl.
Ever since Skylar was born, I've written in a book every day and another book just of advice and things for her to have if I'm not around later on. Sort of write to her about how much I love her and to be strong and happy. Sing, dance, read, write, learn everything you can. Play with the kids, listen to the elderly. Watch everyone else learn from their mistakes so you don't make as many. And if you do make a mistake, just roll with it, learn, you were meant to make it. My advice, what I try to teach you is only a small part of the knowledge and experience you will figure out all on your own.
I think having CF has definitely brought us all closer and thought that we wouldn't be around as long, so we've really stuck together, and if we didn't have such a tight family unit, I don't think we'd be where we are today. It's made us keep going and fighting.
At the end of the day, the most important thing is family and just living in the moment because you really don't know what is going to happen around the corner.
I think the most important things in life is just to be happy with your life and family and fun. You're here to have fun and enjoy life, so do it with the people that love you and support you the most. Mummy's going to hospital for 2 weeks. Are you going to help me pack my bag? What do I need? My inhalers? Get my other inhalers? Yep, what else do I need? Those are my crayons, put them in. He's going to come visit me when I'm in hospital? Yeah? 2 weeks is a long time. Are you going to do all your homework when you start school, when I go to hospital? Okay, let's go out the door. Because I'm pretty much, my lungs are sitting at 30% and they're not really coming up much with treatment. The next step is to do all my treatment in hospital to see if staying in hospital can prevent me from needing the new lungs for as long as possible. It's kind of the last step. I normally come up to Auckland every month for 2 weeks of IV antibiotic, so just staying in the hospital for 2 weeks. They think that just a combination of everything in the hospital works better than doing your treatment at home. You get the intensive physio from the physios and their help, and the rest so that the antibiotics in your body can heal with that. You don't really get that at home with 3 kids. I've reluctantly agreed to it, but it's what has to happen at this point of my life, so I just got to suck up with it and deal with it, but it's pretty hard. I just sit here in the room for 2 weeks thinking about the kids and all the things that I'm missing at home.
I saw you and your sister in the paper about last year, about what you guys were doing with the...
Oh, the deeds.
Yeah, that was awesome. How long did you guys do that for?
65 days.
Ah, and did anyone like just randomly join you?
Yeah, they did like a day here and there,
yeah.
Helped us out.
So what does Dom said you have to do when you get home?
Carry on with the exercise.
Yeah. All right, here you go. All done.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Hi, Kristie, how are you?
Okay.
Good.
Hi, Kristie.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad?
Yeah.
Do you think that anything we've done in terms of the last few times has changed the amount of benefit you get or how long it lasts?
Not really.
So just the same with steroid versus without?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Few big breaths for me. Okay, good. So, how have things been in terms of activity at home?
Before I got sick, I was going up the mountain, swimming about 70 lengths a day, and
Wow.
lots of walking and running.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
So your lung function's come up nicely. It's probably as good as it's been in quite a while, so that's really good. So I think we'll stop today and let you get out of here. Right, you happy with that?
Yeah.
And then we'll see you back in a month in the clinic and see how things are then.
Every 3 months I come up to the transplant clinic and they usually just do bloods, x-ray. Because I'm on the list that you've kind of at the end, there's nothing else I can do for you. Before you're listed, they're trying to keep you off the list. Once you're on the list, it's kind of like, well, that's it.
Number 19. Hi. Yeah, we're just down in room number 2. Grab a seat here.
Blood tests, I've had them my whole life, so I'm used to being pricked, and I've got I've got very good veins, so it usually takes them 2 or 3 goes to try and get blood.
Right, I'll get you to press on there.
Of course, there's always moments where I feel down and sad and think everything's unfair and why me, but if I stay like that, then I'm not going to be able to live and be very happy, so I always pull myself out of that and just keep on living and be happy.
Clinic's at 1:30. Psychologist is... What's the psychologist for?
They just make sure that you're coping with everything and understand everything.
Get you to have a seat on the green chair for me. So Nicola, what we're going to do today is a test called spirometry. So we're going to be looking at your airways and how well they work at moving the air in and out of your lungs. And I'm going to ask you for a big deep breath in as much as you can. Just go right up. I'm going to yell blow, and I want you to blast it out as fast and as hard as you can and keep squeezing all the way to the very end. So there's your nose clip if you want to pop that over your nostrils. And then hold on to that white part, sitting up nice and straight, bite on, seal your lips. Blow! Good, squeeze it out, squeeze, squeeze, keep going, keep going, keep going, squeeze it out, keep pushing, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, good, come up and hit it.
Hi, Nicola.
Hello.
How are you? Come on and have a seat. Mum and Dad.
Hi.
How are you?
Come on in. Come on and have a seat. Right. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Yep. So how things been? What did I see you November? Much change?
I've felt a little, probably last couple months worse than I have just with breathlessness and doing stuff a bit harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
we're all convinced it's the right thing to be on the active waiting list. As you know, we don't have any control over it, so it can happen any time. The outcomes from transplant are still, not as good as what we'd want them to be. The average survival post-lung transplant would now be between 7 and 8 years. And that's one of the reasons to try and defer it for as long as possible. And of course, we've done that with you. So, what did we first think about transplant when you're 14? And you're now 25, so we've done quite well on deferring it a decade. But I think that it's the nature of CF is that it ultimately, will always progress, and I guess that's why we're, in the position we are now. But the principal reason why you have a transplant is because of the improvement in your quality of life. Something like 80% of our people will, go back to basically being able to do the things that you want to do, and not be constrained by, all the treatment requirements.
She's amazing. She just copes with life itself. I know she has moments. I went home the other day and found her just in a real mess down at the clothesline, bawling her eyes out because she couldn't cope. She couldn't hang the washing up on the line, and she just got beside herself. And she wants to do certain things, and she just can't do them sometimes. And it was just one of those days she just wanted to cope, and she couldn't. She realises now she can't keep the lungs. She's not going to live another 2 years with these lungs. It's, sort of like put down in black and white in the end. This is what you've got. There's just nothing left. So she's got no choice.
Nikki's really only got one chance at a new set of lungs, and she's got to be well enough to actually go through all this and come out the other side. Coming out the other side is the hard bit. We've got 3 months of rejection of all of her organs that they're going to have to go through, and I think that's going to be the hardest road for us when that happens, yeah.
To me, I feel that that's putting her life on, with her own lungs, you don't know how long you've got, but once she's got that transplant, you can put so many years on it.
The last couple of months I had to struggle getting my head around being on the active list, even though the doctor said it was the right idea. Just when I feel good for a few weeks, I feel like I'm too healthy to be on it. But I now feel like it's the right decision, and it's better to go into the operation strong than sick. There are so many things in life that I won't get to do. All of the things I wanted to be used to upset me, but now I have you to do and see everything for me. You have your own dreams and things you want to see and be, but I can guarantee that you'll do and see and be just like me. Officially on the transplant list, I'm scared, worried, and wishing it was in 10 years' time, but mainly just want to be here forever with you, Skylar and Willow. Every time the phone rings, I panic. It's going to be a long journey, but Skylar, your face and smile will get me through.